Well, commodities have been on a tear. Many are comparing the rally that we are seeing in commodity prices, not just in the metal space, the usual aluminum, steel, iron or copper, but also in the less frequently tracked and the more esoteric commodities like lumber, a key ingredient used for homemaking in North America, like corn, like even lean hogs for that matter. These are commodities that are not traded in India, mostly have their benchmarks in America, but volumes over there are also extremely low. But nevertheless, the interest that is being seen in commodities is causing all of them to rally. Of course, they have their individual factors as well. The fundamentals, we spoke to Jim Rogers as well, and he said that the fundamentals are very intact. For example, if the world is going to be making more electric vehicles, then that requires more copper, more lithium, than an ordinary vehicle, an internal combustion vehicle today. So obviously the demand fundamentals are strong. So what we do is we compare what we are seeing today to what we saw with the 2008 cycle. Now in 2021, energy has rallied 30 and 50% for gasoline. Metals have rallied as much as 40% when you take a look at Chinese steel. Copper is at an all-time high. Iron ore is at an all-time high. And in agro commodities, look at corn, 58% higher in the last 5 months. Soybean oil, 67% higher. Lean hogs, 58% higher. And then of course you have lumber as well, 87%. Here's a very interesting fact, in fact. While earlier a certain quantum of lumber could make 10 houses in North America, now it can make only 3.5 to 4 houses. That's how expensive lumber has become. And if you have to compare the prices currently with the peak, it's interesting to note that copper has crossed the 2008 peak. Crude, of course, has a long way to go. It's at 69 versus 148. Lumber, earlier it was $467 per board feet. Now it is $1,544. It's quadruple from those levels. In metals, we know it's China's super fast recovery and demand growth. But along with that, it's also the fact that supply side, there are a lot of issues. Like I said, all over the world, governments are pumping in money towards infrastructure and infrastructure related projects, which in turn will require a lot more metals. Now, there's not enough metals to go around in the world to cater to all this, given the fact that even China now says that, look, I'm in this whole decarbonization drive. I do not want to produce those commodities that contribute to the pollution in the country. So we are going to have lesser steel being produced back in China. So this is something that's going to create a supply deficit of sorts. And then, let's not forget that there's been minimal investments in mines in the last few months. For food and agro commodities, it's been very specific to the geographies in which we see maximum acreage of these food and agro commodities. In corn, there's been a drop in production, supply side fears. Lumber, there's been increase in home buying and renovation activity and supply shortage. Soybean oil, we're seeing high biodiesel demand. And in fact, in general, the entire vegetable oil complex is seeing a rally which is spurring that too. So all of this is something that has got everyone asking that perhaps, yes, there are very esoteric factors in agro commodities, but the overall commodity complex definitely is in for a good ride for now.